Hello, BBN. Man, I was wrong about Travis and Kriisa, especially Travis just joining the portal, but is that so bad? And shocking, of course. Let's take a different look at what opportunities Kentucky has even with the guy's departure. Let's go. Travis Perry's departure from Kentucky basketball, practically at the last minute before the transfer portal closed, is an event that resounds like an unexpected thunderclap in a storm that already seemed to be dissipating. The gesture, although surprising to many, carries with it an inevitable weight of shock and embarrassment for BBN. After all, the cast led by Mark Pope seemed to be complete, like a carefully assembled puzzle, ready to face the demands of the next season. However, modern college basketball lives under the unpredictable dictates of the transfer portal, where sudden changes can completely redefine the course of a program. Travis Perry, whose career so far has been marked by moments of brilliance in his rookie season, was inserted into an increasingly fierce competitive context. His decision to seek new horizons reflects not only his personal ambitions, but also the reality of a team that, even with all the pieces seemingly in place, still has room for adjustments and opportunities. The arrival of Denzel Aberdeen, one of the big acquisitions of this offseason, brought with it a significant impact on the dynamics of the team, especially on defense. Perhaps this new configuration has led Perry to rethink his role within the team, considering the growing expectations for his second season. Although that is difficult to say. However, what could be seen as a setback for the Kentucky program quickly turns into an opportunity. If there is one thing that defines Mark Pope's tenure, it is his ability to navigate the turbulent waters of recruiting and transfers with mastery. The coach has repeatedly demonstrated that his strategic vision goes beyond the immediate, always seeking to see the bigger picture. Perry's departure, along with the departures of Grant Derbyshire and Walker Horn, opens a window for Kentucky to explore new talent available on the market. While the portal is closed to new departures, it remains receptive to entries, allowing programs like the Wildcats to continue to shape their rosters as opportunities arise. In this scenario, the possibility of attracting players without a contract becomes more important. In today's college basketball, these athletes often represent hidden gems, ready to be polished by experienced coaches. And who better to do this than Mark Pope, whose track record of developing talent is widely recognized. The coach has the opportunity to bring in someone who, despite being off, can become a key piece on Kentucky's board. This flexibility is one of the hallmarks of the Pope era, which knows how to turn adversity into competitive advantages like few others. In addition, one cannot ignore the positive impact that the addition of Denzel Aberdeen has had on the roster. His arrival has further solidified the group, raising the level of internal competition and creating an environment where only the best thrive. This kind of culture, built on meritocracy and constant improvement, is exactly what keeps Kentucky a dominant force on the national stage. Even in the face of unexpected changes, like Perry's departure, the program has maintained its resilience and adaptability. If there's one thing the chaos of the past month has taught us, it's that college basketball is constantly evolving. The decisions made during this critical period can make or break a season. For Kentucky, however, there's reason to be optimistic. With Mark Pope at the helm, the program has a leader who can turn uncertainty into certainty and challenges into triumphs. Travis Perry's departure, as shocking as it may be, shouldn't be seen as the end, but rather the beginning of a new chapter. One filled with promise, new talent, and the unshakable confidence that the Wildcats' future is in good hands. While the dust settles and new and signed players may appear on Kentucky's radar, Pope has a great skill set. Let's move on. Jasper Johnson. Let's talk about this guy now. The son of former Wildcats football star Dennis Johnson, Jasper is now following in his father's footsteps, albeit in a different sport, at one of the nation's top college franchises. The roster that Mark Pope has assembled for the 2025-26 season appears to be aligned to maximize the potential of the young five-star point guard. Dennis Johnson, while keeping tabs on Kentucky's moves during the offseason, expressed his excitement about the group his son will find upon arrival on campus. While Jasper is a top 25 prospect and one of the hottest names in the new crop, it's the players on the front line that have caught Dennis's attention the most. The depth and quality at that position seems unmatched, with names like Jaden Quaintance, Brandon Garrison, Missouri Diabate, Andrea Jelavic, and Malachi Moreno forming a solid and versatile core. This combination of veteran transfers and young prospects creates a synergy that could be the difference in the team's success next season. Dennis' enthusiasm for Jaden Quaintance, a player he already knew from the AAU circuit, reflects the confidence the roster inspires. Quaintance, a transfer from Arizona State, brings experience and talent, while Malachi Moreno, a four-star freshman, impressed at the Nike Hoops Summit with his ability to impact the game without necessarily seeking to dominate the offense. He blocks shots, gets to the line of scrimmage, rebounds, is aggressive, and shoots the ball, Dennis said of Moreno. That description underscores the modern profile of player Pope seeks. Athletes who contribute in multiple facets of the game and can adapt quickly to the demands of college basketball. On the perimeter, the addition of Denzel Aberdeen to replace Caden Lewis was a slam dunk by Mark Pope. Lewis' departure may have initially raised concerns, but Aberdeen, a transfer from Florida, arrives with solid credentials and the responsibility to fill that void. Additionally, the return of Jalen Lowe, a transfer from Pittsburgh, brings leadership and consistency to the backcourt. Dennis Johnson emphasized his appreciation for Lowe, noting that he watched a lot of video of him and was impressed with his ability to command the court. This mix of new talent and experienced players gives Kentucky a balanced foundation to face the challenges of the upcoming season. Another important point is the resilience that the roster will demonstrate after the adversity of last season, marked by injuries that compromised the team's performance in decisive moments. Dennis Johnson acknowledged this when he commented that, although there is always a risk of injury, the current group seems prepared to deal with those difficulties. The arrival of Jasper Johnson, along with the expected development of players like Trent Noah and Travis Perry before his departure, suggests that the team will be more robust and competitive, and Pope knows that success in college basketball depends on creating an environment where players can grow individually while contributing to collective success. And, from what Dennis Johnson has said, Pope is on the right track. I think Mark Pope has done a phenomenal job putting the pieces together. For Jasper Johnson, the pressure will be unavoidable, but he will have a team at his side capable of sharing that burden and transforming it into positive energy. With less than 6 weeks until the official start of training, BBN is ready to embrace this new chapter. And, with a father like Dennis Johnson confident in the pieces assembled by Mark Pope, there is every reason to believe that this team has what it takes to respond in a different way. We are all waiting for it. Comment.